laughter in your life or want to find humor in your daily struggles, keep watching today's show. Hi, I'm Jen Macedo, your host of Woman2Woman Today, where we talk to inspiring women who are helping other women reach their goals. Today, you are sure to laugh. Our guest is the experienced, cheeky, sassy, bombshell comedian, Kelly MacFarland. Kelly has an extensive and well-rounded resume, including performances at comedy clubs, theaters, colleges, and several television appearances like Last Comic Standing and Comedy Central's Premiere Blend. She's an accomplished improviser, a speaker, and the recipient of countless comedy awards. She's also hosting the VIP reception to kick off the Metro West Conference for Women on September 13th, for which we're really grateful. Thanks for being with us, Kelly.
You made it through that just fine.
Thank God.
We've been yucking it up for like 20 minutes.
I know.
It's hard to settle me down.
Is it hard for you not to be funny?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I don't even see it as being funny. This is just who I am. So my most authentic self, I guess, is this. Like, whatever you're seeing is pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you tired by the end of the day?
No.
Your energy is so incredibly high.
Being me is exhausting for me and everyone else. No, it's I think that yeah, I mean, I'm tired, right? But I mean, like, successful woman,
everybody, right,
is exhausted. We're exhausted all the
Yes.
time. Yes, I am tired, and hopefully feeling very like content, right? Like a happy cat,
Yeah.
or a small dog that you just took on a walk that was too long. Like, I'm just laying in a window, trying to get a breath, you know?
Yeah, so comedy has just been part of your personality. Did everybody, as you were growing up, always said, gosh, she's so funny?
Yeah, I think my parents got it first, right? So when you're a little kid, you don't know that you're being funny.
Okay.
Or you do, once you learn that you know you're getting a reaction. So my parents would get, she's really funny. Like, she's such a funny kid, and her brain is so fast, and she really, she's on top of what the adults are talking about. And I think that's, bless my parents, right, for being so okay with it and letting me really foster that, I think, is the key. Letting me be exactly who I was and who I am still.
And when did you start performing? Because there's being funny, and then there's getting up on stage and being funny in front of a lot of people.
Right. And you hear from a lot of people, they're always like, I always thought I could be a comedian. I hear that probably 3 times a week from some audience member, right? Or just someone I meet. Or I tell really funny stories. My friends all say I'm really funny. And there's a big difference, right, from being funny at brunch, right, where everybody's captive because they're waiting for scones, and people who paid money to come see you be funny. So I started doing singing. What, is it brunch? Is it brunch that does it? Yeah. There's always someone.
No, but there's always somebody in your life that's like, oh, they see the comedian and they're like, oh, I could totally do that. Like a whole half an hour skit, I could have people rolling.
Just get up and just talk about it, right?
Right.
No,
my whole life.
Right.
Is hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know, actually, the first time that I knew how challenging it was watching Last Comic Standing, which you've been on.
I was on that,
And you could see the struggles of writing down the entire story and then trying to be able to, bring it right around so that the humor at the beginning was, killing it at the end.
Yes.
It's not that easy.
It's not easy, and there's also nerves, right? So the successful part of comedy, right, stand-up comedy or improv comedy or sketch comedy or anything, is that you're bringing your idea to life, right? So all day long, whatever you do for work, whatever you do, we have these ideas, and there are ideas, and most people leave them in their brain, right? You have an idea, and you're like, that was a weird idea. It's kind of funny to me. And you might laugh on the train or on your commute to work or whatever. You might tell your spouse or your partner about it. You might share it with your best friend, and they might go, oh no, don't ever say that out loud. The difference is when you decide you're going to professionally share your bizarre ideas, you're going to share them and hope that people can either relate to them, or it just resonates with them, or just plain old tickles them. So with Last Comic, I didn't make it very far. I was so nervous that I think that can get the best of you, right? Like, I made it that far to get on the top 100, which was great. No complaints here, right? Like, everything that you do in your life is just another brick in this amazing castle that you're building, right? So for me, I was like, I This is just another thing that I'm doing, and I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and my husband's gonna still think I'm hilarious. I'm still gonna pack Elks Lodges in the tea can, so don't worry. It's gonna all be okay. And you still, the second they hand you that microphone and you step out in front of the cameras, you're like, my dumb ideas are my dumb ideas, right? So I think that that's the jumping out of the plane part, is when you can make the audience buy into your dumb ideas that aren't so dumb, right? They're beautifully sold to this audience.
Well, you do an amazing job with it. Now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to ask Kelly exactly how she develops her material, because all right, we'll talk about it when we get back. We can't talk about it yet.
I'm doing it now.
We will get to it in a minute. Welcome back. We're speaking with Kelly MacFarland, our favorite comedian. Yes, absolutely, you are.
Someone just got upgraded. It's me.
Well, it's true. And so when we left to break, I said, I want to talk about how you get your material. But as we were just about to come back in, I said, you are a very different comedian than other female comedians.
How so, Jen? Tell me.
Jen, tell me. In my professional opinion.
Yes, Jen.
As an interviewer.
Yes.
I think you can be funny on daily activities and relatable on just the smallest detail that you would have probably passed over in your daily life, and you blow it up, and then people in the audience are like, oh my God, that happens to me all the time. Whereas other female comedians, I feel as though they need to be more relatable to men and male comedians. So they'll say more curse words. I'm not saying that you don't curse.
I love to curse.
I do too.
I don't know why I have to look at you like that.
I don't know, but that was a good pose. You're so good at that. Yeah. So, but you're different.
So I understand what you're saying, and thank you is the correct response for me.
Thank you
because
for being a woman.
You're welcome.
Realizing how to relate to us.
I want to relate to men and women.
Sure.
I want to relate to human adult people, and I really make like a choice to do that. I'm not targeting just women. I'm not targeting just men. I'm not going to say shocking things just so that males, men, boys, whatever, people who are male think that I'm funny. I'm not going to do that. Not to say that I don't say things that are a little bit crass or a little bit naughty or whatever, because I thought of them, right? I'm not saying it for anybody other than for myself. So what I really want to do is I want to talk about the everyday that most people get mad at, because we take ourselves very seriously. We do.
Yep.
And I think that if people would stop doing that, you would have less moments of like complete and utter frustration in this world that we're living in right now.
Right.
Because moving through this world can be really challenging. And the older you get, I think the older the problems become, right? Like they never go away. And those are the ones that make you grind your teeth. Right? That's why I wear a mouth guard at night, is because these problems seem to never go away. I'm like, again, right? Like everything is like, ugh. So I want to point out things that maybe you haven't thought of it like that, but the next time it happens to you, you're going to think,
right,
well, that's that comedian, that little blonde comedian.
Right. Kelly MacFarland.
She was talking about this, and she's absolutely right. Oh my gosh, she's totally right.
That's right.
And it's not that bad. It's going to be over in just a minute.
So is that how you face, so one thing, is this a stress reliever for you? I mean, is this your way of like, oh, that's so annoying, but I'm going to look at it with humor, and then...
Yeah, it's therapeutic for sure, right? So not everything is funny to me either, by the way. There's certain topics I don't talk about at all because they're still really hard for me, or they're very personal to me, or they invoke like some sort of emotion other than laughter. Okay. Once I can find the way to make those funny to myself, then that's when I bring them to the stage. And that's, I went through a lot of change all at once too. I left my day gig. I worked in sales for an insurance company for many years through my adult life while doing stand-up at the same time. So I was doing both side by side, and then took the plunge to leave my day job because I just had it and realized that I was like slowly killing myself. Like, you can't work 80 hours a week not feeding your soul, and you will shrivel up and die, right? So I left my day job. I got engaged to this man that is now my husband. I moved in with him and his son, so I became a step parent and got married all in the same year.
Wow.
So
And how old were you? You were.
This is just a few years ago. I've been married almost 2 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I left the job a little over 2 years ago and then made all these changes like shortly thereafter. And it's funny because I always call it the time that I got everything I didn't know I wanted, because it was really hard. It was so hard. When I was doing it, I was like, I don't know why I chose to do all this at once. And I guess this is exactly the way it's supposed to unfold for me.
Yeah, so. well done. I mean, you checked off all the boxes.
Yeah, I know, right?
All at one time.
I was like, oh, I'll show you.
If I'm going to do it,
yeah,
I'm going to do it big.
You think I'm not doing it? Well, I'm doing it. Yeah, I left everything and like started just kind of a new life, I guess, in a lot of ways. And I have a whole new hour that's on an album that I just released in January. So I'm finding new things in my life that will help me write. They help me find new ideas that I can share.
Yeah. So you get your content from daily living.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have comedians that really inspire you and that draw out bits that maybe you hadn't thought of?
You know, I find that I am inspired by, I love comedy, obviously. I've been listening to comedy since I was a kid. I watched it all growing up, and I always wanted to be a comedian, always, always, always. And it wasn't until after I was in my early 20s, I was like, I think I could probably try this for fun, and then I just never stopped. So I've been doing it since 1998, and I've traveled all over the world, and I look up to comedians that have the hustle, right? And it used to always be that I just loved comedians. I was like, oh, I love comedians because they hustle. And what I'm finding now that I'm getting older and older is that I love people that hustle. Like, it's not about comics for me. I don't care what your job is or what you do in life. I really love people that hustle. I love big idea people. I love folks that take risks. I love anything that is going to inspire me to take risks. And those are the people that I want to surround myself with. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's why we're connecting on Instagram.
Here.
I know.
Yeah. I know.
I'm following you on Instagram. So you said in January you've got a new hour.
I just released it
up
last January.
Oh, okay.
So just a few months ago. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Yep. What else is coming up for you?
Let's see. Well, I just had a lot of stuff go on, right? So I hosted the My Tex Awards in Boston, which was super fun. I was performed at Boston Calling in Boston over Memorial Day weekend, which was amazing. My second year with them. I was welcomed back, which was great.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
They loved you.
Amazing. And I'm headed to Nantucket to the Nantucket Comedy Festival in July, which will be really fun. This is my third time going there. I do find I'm like a repeat, like people like to have me back, which is great, right? The sustainability is huge in business, and I think
that's good.
At the end of the day, I sell jokes and I sell this, like this is what I'm selling everybody. However, I need to make sure that I'm doing a great job every time I do it, and I'm bringing joy, because that's my sole purpose, I guess, in the comedy business. So, and then in September, I'm going to be performing at this VIP session for this major women's conference out in Metro West. Have you heard of it? Metro West?
I have heard of it.
It's where all of the really cool people are hanging out nowadays.
Well, then I'm going to get a ticket and I'm going to go, because
we should talk more about that.
Yeah, we should. So it's on September 13th and 14th. It's a full day conference on the 14th, right? But the 13th is this very special VIP hostess that is just going to kick off this conference. And if you can't laugh at yourself when you're learning,
right,
then and that's really why we wanted you to be a part of this, and we're so grateful that you can put it in your calendar and that you're excited about it too.
I'm super excited about it. I think that it's going to be a really fun night. I think it'll be, I get to perform, which I love, right? That's my favorite thing to do. And I also am looking forward to being able to attend the conference the next day and just having some really, I want to fill my day with like learning about other people and their approach to the world. And
yeah, well, you're going to get that. You're going to get that and more. And you know what I think is so interesting about this conference and these amazing women, including you, that are coming in and sharing their time with us, is that you live in Metro West.
I do.
And you travel all around the world. And some of the speakers that we have said to me, you know, I live here and I've never actually done any speaking here? And I know you do a ton
Yeah.
with TCAN and a lot of the different, and that's actually where I saw you, was at TCAN for
that was
Ladies
really
of
fun
Laughter.
show.
That
Yeah.
was fun. And then I stalked you on Instagram.
Please
and you
do.
felt bad and said, okay.
I did not feel
I'll help
bad.
you.
I felt excited.
Good.
And very, very inspired by your gumption. That's how I would describe you,
good.
lady.
Yeah, well, taking risks. I mean, you have to, like you said.
You have to take risks.
Right.
I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, then you might as well stay home. Like, it's that simple, right?
Or find
like,
someone that can inspire you
Right.
to move you towards
Yes.
loving yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't have to love yourself all the time.
No.
Nope, I'm not saying
Nope.
that at all.
Right.
You don't. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying at the end of the day, can you just make sure that you're grateful that you were on the planet today?
Yeah.
Can you do something that's going to make you feel like you had a good 24 hours, right? I think that's a really key piece.
You're right.
Yeah.
I love it. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Kelly's going to give us a behind-the-scenes look at the world of comedy for women. So keep watching. And we're back with comedian Kelly MacFarland. Kelly, when we went, I just have to stop. The look that you, no, keep rolling. Get a picture of Kelly's look. Like this, your headshot is one of the best headshots. Look at that camera right there.
Oh, this is me?
Do the look.
Which one?
Oh, like the, on this side. Oh!
No, it's this side.
Okay, go. Did you practice that, honestly?
It's you know what it is? It's Tyra Banks. I did the Tyra Banks show when it was a thing. Oh yeah.
Oh, you
tall
lucky girl. Spectacular,
and
right?
She,
imagine.
we got to meet her, which was great.
Yeah.
I got to meet her with the other guests, and she has a wicked, intense, yeah, this was years ago. So this was before when I first started getting interviewed.
Practice?
Yeah, no, but I just understood it. Because when she talked to me, I felt like I was the only person she was talking to.
Wow.
She's like a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to, I love it!
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about this world of Comedianville. Like, what's the comedy
Where's
world?
that? I want to go.
We live in it.
Yeah. I mean, the comedy world is hard, right? It's
Why?
hard because you have to tell yourself every day to keep doing it.
Why? Seriously,
there's a lot of no, right? So,
okay.
so let's dial this
Break
way
it
back.
down. Break it down.
Here's the best way. I just figured it out recently.
Yeah.
I have a stepson who is 11. He just turned 12.
Okay.
He just had a birthday last week, and he does not handle disappointment well at all.
Okay.
So what I've learned about myself through this child that I've been with for a while now, but he's my stepson. I have watched him have disappointment and not handle it well. And when you're in a child's life, right? We are 50-50, so we're with him a lot. And this is my job.
Right.
So I'm with him a lot during the day.
Sure.
Right? Especially with summer coming. Mom needs a drink. But I'm with him a lot. So disappointment is really hard for a kid, right?
Yes.
And so what I find myself telling him is exactly what I should be telling myself, which is when someone tells you no, it's not the end of the world. It's an opportunity for you to figure out how to be better, right? And when I say be better, I don't mean be better like you're a bad person, be better. I mean, great, where are the holes in my Afghan, right? So like, I need to figure out.
Wait, you really tell him this?
Well, this,
not the Afghan.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. No, but I tell him that I think that when you're bummed out about something, no, I like kid it down, like, hey, I know you're really bummed out,
right?
And I get that, and being told no is awful,
right?
Or not getting something is horrible,
right?
Great. That doesn't mean you're never going to get the opportunity again.
Right.
So what can you do from now until the next time the opportunity comes up to make yourself better?
There you go.
I get told no all the time in the comedy entertainment world.
Yeah.
No, it's constant.
Really?
Like, yes, and that's just normal. It's no more than yes.
Are they saying, no, we have enough comedians, we don't need...
No, it's like, you're not right for this part, you're not
Right.
tall enough for this part,
Right.
you're not pretty enough for this part, we needed someone who was a little more serious, we need someone a little more funny. Your voices are weird, we don't like your voice. Your comedy's too safe, your comedy's too edgy, it's always something, right?
Yeah.
So what you have to do is dial it back. Right, one day of sadness. That's a rule I believe in.
Okay.
You're bummed out. Something doesn't go your way.
Yeah.
Give yourself time. Be sad about it. Be bummed.
Right.
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
And then go to work.
Yeah.
Like, what can you do to try to figure out,
Right.
if you really wanted that, how are you going to get that?
Right.
And if it's just a question of you just weren't the right fit,
Right.
then work hard, keep your head down, and keep in it. So
Right.
I'm really lucky that in this community here, I'll call it Boston, but it's the greater Boston area, New England area, I'm surrounded by comedians that hustle and work hard. And so I feel constantly inspired to like write new things and try new material and put myself out there and audition for things and be very open to saying yes, right? So you mentioned I do improv. I'm on the Improv Boston National Touring Company. I've been with them for 3 years. And we teach workshops to kids and to adults about saying yes to opportunity and just saying yes to life and being open to new ideas and then being open to acting on those new ideas.
Because you never know.
It's the improv philosophy, right?
But also, you never know where that's going to lead.
You don't know, right?
Take the chance.
I love talking. You mentioned I'm a speaker. I love speaking to groups about that exact thing. Because I think at the end of the day, we all forget that we're going to get old. We're going to get old. And what's that look like, right? So you've got to try to live every single day to feel happy and fulfilled as much as you can. So if you're in any situation where you're in despair or you're not feeling fulfilled or you're not feeling valued by yourself or others, it's time for you to make a change. So with comedy, it's a constant no, and I have to remember that there's always going to be another show.
Yeah.
There's another show coming, and I'm going to be able to be funny and spread joy and feel like I'm doing good work.
And they're going to want what you are offering.
Yes.
The whole package.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I do that. I have a 9-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son. And I say that to them a lot, that it's really not about you.
Right.
It really has nothing to do with you.
Right.
They have their own vision of what needs to happen and their own limitations sometimes.
Yes.
Their own limitations of how they can see you in a particular way or in a particular role. I'm sure it's
and
similar.
I think specifically for women, there's this weird thing out there where you can't. How do I want to say this? I feel like there's not enough support for women to women. It's totally.
Ta-da.
I swear I'm not being prompted.
And she's not. And this is why we started the show.
So there's not enough of that out there.
Let's model the behavior.
You really have to, you can't just say that you're for women.
Right.
You have to really champion it and then do the behaviors to support it. So I have a lot of female comedian friends, and I really try to be happy for them when things go great for them. And that means you have to send yourself a message that is, their success is not my failure.
Right.
They're doing great things, and that just means there's more room for everyone to do great things, specifically women. When I see a woman doing great things, I think, wow, awesome, because you got to move stuff out of the way so I can also come too, right?
Reach out.
Yes.
Bring
and
everyone forward.
Make room, right? Let's make room, clear the path, because
Good for you.
it takes a lot of people to do that. So you've got to be really, really supportive of everyone, and that includes my male counterparts too. I'm supportive of them as well.
Yeah, I mean, they essentially are advocates for you.
They really are.
Right.
I feel very lucky in this community, this comedy community, that I could name 10 male comedians right now that see me as Kelly the comedian, their friend, their peer, their counterpart, and we meet for coffee and we talk about new jokes and we go to shows together, and none of them think of me as the token woman or the whatever. We're equals, and we're out there in the fight together, which feels really, really good.
Well, I'm sure it's a joy to be with you, because it's a joy for me to be with you right now. So
you're a joy too.
Aw, you're sweet.
A lot of love here.
I know.
A lot of love on this couch.
There will be later on.
Ew. No. What goes on here?
It's not that kind of show. Oh man, thank you for sharing your journey with us. Really
no problem. I'm happy
appreciate
to
you
be
being
here.
Thank you. So please remember to follow, like, and subscribe to Woman2Woman Today on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube so you don't miss a show. Thanks to the entire team at Access Framingham, especially Shavarsh Morrissey and Francesca Cerruti Harris. Thanks also to Jess Friswell, our assistant producer. I'm Jem Maceda, your host of the show Woman2Woman Today. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time, where we hope to inspire you.